Carl, I'm not going to lie, I am a little nervous about this heat this week, especially because it's falling on a holiday week where people like to barbecue, people like to light off those fireworks, and that's just ingredients for some pretty bad things that could happen.
Yeah.
So again, please stay fire aware with this heat, and please protect yourself too. Make sure you're finding ways to stay cool and hydrated, because we're going to have several days of this. I do want to talk about that red flag warning. I know it's been a while since we've seen one of these, but we do have one for the Santa Cruz Mountains. Specifically, this is for fire weather zone 512. Again, we're going to continue to see this in effect until 11 p.m. tonight. We're dealing with low relative humidity, hot temperatures, but also some occasional gusts up in this area, and those winds could reach anywhere between that 15 to 20 mile per hour range. So again, this lasts until 11 p.m. this evening. Avoid those outdoor burning and fireworks. Please be extra cautious out there of that. We also have an excessive heat warning for all of our interior locations. This begins today at 11 a.m. and will last now. This has been extended through Sunday, 8 p.m. So it has been extended an additional day here. We're expecting highs inland in those 90s, even reaching 110 in a few locations out there. So it's going to be very hot out there. Some of those far interior locations could actually jump above that 110-degree mark. Limited overnight cooling, that's also going to be another problem. It's going to be really hard to cool down your home at night. We're still going to see those temperatures in those 60s, 70s, and 80s through the overnight hours. Of course, this is going to bring some high risk of heat-related illnesses and elevate our fire danger. Now, we also have in this orange here a heat advisory going into effect for the same times. This is going to be for the northern part of the Salinas Valley, Carmel Valley, the Hollister area, and up into Santa Cruz. This includes the north side of the Monterey Bay. So we're going to see temperatures in those 80s to mid 90s. So most of us are under this some sort of heat alert out there. And the reason being is because we have this ridge of high pressure. It's a dominant one. And you can see the center here. It's going to continue to track east in our direction and sit right over us. And this is what I was talking about earlier with that fog. That air mass is being compressed, and that is why we are seeing some of that thicker fog this morning. But it's going to disappear fairly quickly. I'm not expecting those low clouds or that fog to stick around past that 9 a.m. hour. And then most of us are going to see those clear skies out there today through the evening and even overnight hours. So we're not going to see those low clouds returning for quite some time, at least for the next several days here. So that's also going to mean we're going to see some warming even around the coast. So we're going to see those temperatures in those 70s and 80s on the north side of the bay. We're going to be in those 90s and triple digits in the San Lorenzo Valley. We're going to be in those 90s in those higher elevations. Still some cooler spots around the coast. Davenport, you'll be one of those in those upper 60s. So around the immediate coast, there will be some relief from the heat. But once you head inland, just a little ways inland or up in elevation, you're going to be warming very quickly. Around the coast, we're going to see those temperatures in those 70s, 80s for Watsonville as well as Salinas, 96 in Hollister. We're going to be in those triple digits for the Santa Clara Valley. A nice comfortable spot today will be the Monterey Peninsula, where we are going to see mostly low to mid 70s this afternoon. And then it's going to be warming up quickly in the Salinas Valley. We're going to see those 80s and 90s, upper 90s for King City. We're going to have those triple digits for Pinnacles, Parkfield, Bradley, San Antonio Valley. You already hit those triple digits yesterday. We're just going to continue to warm up this afternoon. Back around the Big Sur coast, we'll be in those mid 80s. We're going to have that warm air coming down from the mountains. So again, if you plan on going to the Big Sur coast, just know if you hike those higher elevations, you're going to be warming up very quickly into those 90s. And then Carmel Valley, you'll also be in those low 90s this afternoon. Again, I can't express this enough. Please find ways to stay cool and hydrated. This is not a one-day event. We're going to continue to see this heat for the next several days.